For the mushers, frostbite is kind of a guarantee. I frostbit my feet pretty badly on a few occasions, lost a lot of skin. Charissa from Facebook asked, do you or your dogs ever get frostbite? It is possible for the dogs to get frostbite. Their feet is possible, but they kind of, I would say they'd have to step in water with the booty on, and you'd have to leave the wet booty on, and that could cause frostbite. It would definitely take some musher error for that frostbite to happen. It's possible for the dog's flanks between their hind leg and their stomach, that thin skin. That is an area we have to watch, and that's why you'll see the dog jackets that our dogs wear have this big swoop kind of on the hip and the flank area, because it provides wind protection. So if you were in 30, 40 below zero and had a really strong crosswind, you could see frostbite on those flanks, and that's why it's important to have that proper protective gear on the dogs in very cold temperatures. Finally, the males can be prone to frostbite. So again, if you look at the dog coats, most of them you'll see a flap that hangs down over the lower belly area of the male dogs. This acts as a windbreak. The dogs are really good at staying warm and not getting frostbite, but the fact that they're traveling and moving and creating some amount of a wind chill, and then if they encounter a headwind, they could get some frostbite, the males in particular. That's the sort of stuff you've got to watch. That's the stuff you've got to be aware of if you're going to operate in cold temperatures. You can't just run the dog team as though it were 20 above if it's actually 40 below out. You have to be aware of those things. So it's possible, but with the right gear, it's pretty dang rare for a dog to get frostbite. Certainly if you're doing your job right, if you're being attentive, that's not going to happen. For the mushers, frostbite is kind of a guarantee. The most common frostbite would be kind of your nose, bridge of your nose, into your nose, and higher up on your cheeks, right here and here. You'll get these little welts, and that's kind of an area that's not really covered. A lot of times we'll have a face mask up to our nose or up over the tip of our nose, but the cheeks are still exposed. My hands get frostbite pretty much every year. Back of your hands, I do too much without gloves. Putting the boots on the dogs, I like being quick, I like being efficient. I want to let my dogs sleep as long as possible, but that means when I wake them up, I need to move very quickly. And to have the dexterity I need to do these little tasks like putting the oils on the dog's feet, or putting the boots on their feet, or adjusting their clothing and gear, I like to do that barehanded, and it results in a lot of frostbite on the back of my hands and at the tips of every finger. I have frostbit my feet a number of times. I still have all my toes and all my fingers, so we're doing pretty well there. But I frostbit my feet pretty badly on a few occasions, and I've lost a lot of skin, but nothing more significant than that. So far, so good, but I suppose I still have a few years to mess it up, and by the time it's all said and done, we might end up 1 or 2 toes less, but small price to pay to get to live the life that I get to live, so there's that.